I started running SEO Neo towards the end of Monday, and it's now Thursday morning, and I've built 75,000 links so far. If you really want to learn how to properly set up SEO Neo for success, then click the link below, join the list for the training, and Elias and I will be able to walk you through every step of setting up SEO Neo for success. And this is the kind of success that you can achieve. This is more with local SEO and Google Business Profiles, but the module for that is really powerful. So I said I'm doing a lot of testing, trying to prove it to myself, but for the map pack rankings, there is clear correlation, clear proof of success, not just ranking the local location, but also just getting the wider proximity into the green. So click the link below, sign up there, and we'll send you the training once it's live. Now, although my last video was popular, a lot of you have been asking, what's the difference between this and other tools like MoneyRobot? MoneyRobot is simpler, easier, and I absolutely agree. But I think my big concern about MoneyRobot, the fact is I just can't win. If I publish a YouTube video 6 months ago, I'd be promoting MoneyRobot, and then people come back complaining about it, saying it's got this wrong with it, this wrong with it. Now I'm talking about SEO Neo as a better option potentially, and now I'm being told that MoneyRobot is better. That's fine, it's just the internet. But I agree, MoneyRobot definitely has its place. It is cheaper and it's so easy. You just go in and it just works out of the box. Whereas SEO Neo, I've had to do a lot more setup. Now, perfect example here, I was just about to publish this video, then I get an email coming through from my capture breaker saying there's been an issue with your API, as in you've run out of money. And I literally put £50 in this just the other day. So yesterday cost me £21 and today cost me £20. And this is just for solving captures. So when SEO Neo is going through creating all these profiles on these proper websites, naturally they have captures, and therefore you need to use a capture breaker. So this is just one of those additional costs you've got. But like I say, don't focus on the price, focus on the value. We're doing a huge amount of work here on this server, and I'm keeping a close eye on my rankings to work out if this £20 a day in capture breakers, plus the other costs, actually ends up looking like a total bargain when I'm able to jump to the top of page one without having to build a load more traditional links. That's the theory anyway. For me, one of the main things, one of the main differences, and why I've been keen to upgrade from MoneyRobot, is the word on the street is MoneyRobot's basically its own network of domains, and so in the grand scheme of things, it's a relatively small list of sites that gets used again and again and again by every user. Basically MoneyRobot's own PBN. Now, I can't verify that, and at the end of the day, if it works, then what's the problem with that? But you do wonder if for the same sort of effort, can you get more power? And that's why traditionally the biggest tool was always GSA, where you'd actually scrape your own list of sites that accept these submissions and then use the tool to then submit your blogs to all of those. And SEO Neo is far more like that, except they do all the scraping for you. So if we come down here, you can see this changelog from 28th of November, and we can see we've got WordPress.com, Canvas.infrastructure, we've got Mixcloud, Spreaker.com, GiantBomb.com, Academia.edu. I didn't even notice that until I was looking at my campaigns the other day, that I was getting all these .edu domains pointing at my tiered links. PDF upload at issue.com. Whereas you go into MoneyRobot and you look at your campaign, and as I say, it does work, it's still good. But you'll notice none of those domains are really household names. So for me, that's one of the biggest differences that I'm retesting at the moment. And I agree, SEO Neo is more complicated, it is more expensive. It therefore has to justify that with significantly better performance. And that's why I'm doing a lot of split testing. On the back of my one-page websites methodology, I've now probably got around 100 websites that I've built in just the last month. What that's given me is a really good testing ground, where now I can split those into groups and do much more laser-focused testing on each different group. So hopefully the data I can present for you today just gets better and better. Because I agree, there are a lot of tools out there in our community, a lot of rumors in our community where you don't really know what's going on. A lot of tools and processes out there do kind of feel like Ponzi schemes in a niche where we're working with this hidden secret algorithm and no one can say 100% for sure what works or not. It's very easy to basically create a myth and then get enough people in a circle to repeat and echo that myth in an echo chamber, and you could create a software or tool that literally does nothing, get everyone hyped up, and people will genuinely believe it, because it'd be very difficult to actually prove you wrong. So that's why I'm doing all this testing. I want to cut through the noise. So big benefit number one, really good inventory with some of these big household names. Now number two is if I go to my campaigns, this is what really sold it to me. So for each one of these campaigns, RD101, RD102, I am building 100 backlinks to each of my citations. Each of these campaigns is pointing at one business listing on a directory. And so each one of these campaigns, you can see, is really long. So I've been running a few side by side. So I'm working with Elias to try and improve the efficiency on that in terms of the number of simultaneous threads we're running. But you can see so far I've accomplished 8. So I think I'm averaging around 1 or 2 per day per campaign. and we've got 100 of these to go. So if I just select another one, it's a bit confusing here where it just says finished, and then you drop down and you realize you've got so much more to, so it just goes on and on. But that's fine, it's just on the server working away in the background. I don't have to touch it at this point. So you go to wizards, you go to RD100. There's loads of other strategies you can use as well, but I really like the RD100. We go to initialize, so you set up your settings here, but then crucially, money sites. You can just dump in a whole list of citations here. So whatever it is you've done, whether it's citations, press release, guest posts, you can just put them all in here, up to 100 sites. Press the button and go, 100 backlinks to each of them. So I think this is the real value of SEO Neo for a huge number of businesses, where if you've already been getting some results, you have a backlink profile, there's a good chance you could probably just take that backlink profile, sort by domain rating, get your most powerful backlinks. Some of those you might not even have built yourself, they might be genuine press mentions, things like that. Take the top 100, put them into SEO Neo, and I would say even if the benefit is only 10%, then that's going to have a significant impact on your bottom line. That is well worth the $150 per month. That's less than the price of a single guest post. Even if you're reaching out to the webmaster, it's not going to be much less than that. So if I can get just a 10% benefit across my whole backlink profile, then it's easily worthwhile. And let's not forget, not only are we building tier 2 links to our citations, these links have their own tiers as well. So the tier 1 is Web 2.0's authority link, social bookmarking, PDF upload, social book. So this is tier 1, and they link to the actual citations, those business directory listings. But then down here, we've then got tier 2s to our tier 2s. So we've got URL shorteners, Web 2.0s, and like I say, this is all hand-selected inventory scraped from the internet using the tool. So if we just select one of these Web 2.0 categories, we can see we've got WordPress.com, Tumblr.com, Weebly, BraveNet, Overblog, Penzi Organized, Medium. So you've even got Medium in there. If you were using a fairly low competition keyword and you made sure your article was actually pretty well optimized that you're submitting, Medium's one of the biggest parasites that's still working. So you might end up doing parasite SEO through your automated link building. It's also worth mentioning when you see these DR inflation gigs on Fiverr, I know various people on YouTube like to buy those and test them out, where it's pay $60 and I will increase your DA. Which is always a fun one because so many clients will come to you saying, we want to increase our DA, our domain authority. And of course the answer is no, you don't want to increase your domain authority. Domain authority is just a metric. You want to increase your bottom line, in which case, yes, there is a correlation with domain authority or domain rating, but you do want to do it in a safe, effective way. Whereas if you just focus on the metric, then of course that's all we care about. There's someone's theory is a title for that. I can't remember the name. If someone can leave that below, that would be helpful. Some philosopher, something like that, basically saying once the metric becomes the target, it then gets abused and ceases to be an effective metric. Anyway, the point is those $50, $60 DR inflation gigs, they're typically using a tool like this, building all these links from high domain authority Web 2.0, as well as other types of links. And there's even a diagram for that in SEO Neo. So if you are in the business, obviously, it's a controversial area, but if you are in the business of selling guest posts on your site, then it's quite normal for some of those websites to actually use a tool like this to inflate their domain rating so that they can charge more per link. Because typically, agencies don't actually look at the backlink profile like we do, and all they look at is DA or DR. So if you've got a high DA, like I say, the metric gets abused, then they see that as a more valuable link. You therefore have more pricing leverage. So when we're building links for clients, that's one of our primary screening checks. If we go through the backlink profile, is it all just this Web 2.0 spam, inflating it up to a DR 40, 50, 60? Or are there genuine editorial news mentions there? Because ultimately, those are the links you really want pointing at your actual money site. And the secondary impact of that is, of course, there's a degree of selfishness here, but such is the competitive market. If you buy a guest post, and you're wanting to do tiered link building, then of course you're going to be the one building all these links, these tiered links to your guest post on that website. So that's why you typically find a lot of these links on sites that have been really abused by link builders. So it's a holistic thing. If you can find a decent website that's got good backlink profile, good traffic, and it's not linking out to 50,000 other domains, hasn't been used by every casino, every CBD brand out there, then you're less likely to find lots of these links pointing at it, inflating its domain rating. However, if you get one of those Dear Sir emails in your inbox saying, here's my list of guest post sites, and that's been emailed to every casino on the planet and abused again and again and again, then you'll find, especially in some of those more aggressive niches, people will be doing tiered link building. And therefore, not only has that site been spammed to death linking out to everyone, and therefore diluting its power, but it's also had its domain rating inflated by all these tier 2 link builders piling in, building links to their guest posts. Apologies, bit of a rambling one today. I was out for a few beers with Charles Float in London last night as he was in town. Didn't go too hard, but I'm somewhat feeling it this morning. And as discussed, if you really want to learn how to properly set up SEO Neo for success, then click the link below, join the list for the training, and Elias and I will be able to walk you through every step of setting up SEO Neo for success. And this is the kind of success that you can achieve. This is more with local SEO and Google business profiles, but the module for that is really powerful. So I said I'm doing a lot of testing, trying to prove it to myself, but for the map pack rankings, there is clear correlation, clear proof of success, not just ranking in the local location, but also just getting the wider proximity into the green. So click the link below, sign up there, and we'll send you the training once it's live.